Yep, our guys are excited to get back in Sanford Stadium, and I know our guys just kind of relish the opportunity to play at home. Looking forward to playing Sanford. Chris Hatcher's head coach there. I got a lot of respect for him, and we've got a long history, and our guys are fired up and ready to play.
First up will be Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Kirby, how you doing?
Bob. Good.
Hey, you got two of your former assistants, Sam Pittman and Shane Beamer, facing each other on Saturday up here in Fayetteville. Just wondering what you remember about those guys being on your staff, and just what do you think about how they seem to be doing pretty good as head coaches so far in the SEC?
Yeah, both great people. Enjoyed having both those guys on our staff here, and they both helped us get the thing started. You know, Sam was here a little longer, and certainly was part of the foundation that was built here in terms of getting it off the ground and going. And I'm proud of what each one of them's doing. They're doing a good job, and should be a great matchup.
And then one of your former players is here. I know you guys lost a lot of guys in the portal, I guess because you're so good. But Latavius Brini, what do you remember about his time there, and what kind of player do you think Arkansas got him?
Brini's a great kid. One of the funnest to coach I've been around. He absorbs information and takes in coaching, and he loves the game of football. He was always appreciative of the coaching and him getting better and getting developed, and he came a long way during the time he was here as a player, and certainly wish him nothing but the best.
Thanks, Kirby.
Next is David Pascal, the Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Hey, Kirby, I wanted to take you back to your first year at Georgia. That regular season, you had 7 games that were decided by one possession. You went 4-3 in those games, and then the Liberty Bowl was one possession as well. What is the key to developing as a coach and a coaching staff, the knack for being successful in one possession type games?
Recruiting really good players is it usually starts with that. You want to have the opportunity to put them in a position to be successful, and one position games happen a lot more often in the NFL, and when you study across the board, you got to know the ins and outs of the management of the game to finish it. You got to be resilient in terms of playing under pressure and how you perform under pressure and how we simulate that in practice to get ready for it. I think everybody has a different philosophy of how they manage those situations and clock things. So I think it's something that you get better at as you go.
And does it reset every year? When you go back to your last game last year, I know it was a multi-score win, but you guys were down 5 with 10 minutes to go. Is that kind of confidence something that can carry over, or does it reset given that you've got new guys and new roles and freshmen coming in?
Well, I think the team's different every year, so the response mechanism might be different, but the philosophy you have, it probably evolves in terms of clock management, game management. It evolves, based on what the strength of the team is. I think every year that's different, and every game that's different.
Thank you.
Next is Mike Griffith of AJC Dog Nation.
Yeah. Hey, Coach. Playing FCS Sanford this weekend. Are there some areas that you feel like your team needs to? You're going to say everything, but are there some specific areas that you want to see definitely get better in this Saturday's game?
Yeah, you said it right. I mean, why would I not want them to improve in everything? I mean, if you go with the assumption that you always need to get better and that you always have things you improve, I mean, would there be something I'd go in the team reading room and say, hey, right here, guys, we're really good. We're fine here. We don't need to improve on this. I just don't see it that way. And you say, is there some more than others? There's really not, because if we're really good at something, I want to be really better. And if we're not good enough at it, I certainly want to improve that. So incrementally, I want everything to go up and get better at it. I want us to execute at a higher level. I want us to have more players playing winning football, making less mistakes is my goal.
Next is Chip Towers at the AJC.
Yeah, Coach, obviously it's the home opener. Are you guys going to have any kind of presentations or unveilings or anything regarding the last year's national championship, or is that strictly forbidden?
I have no idea. I mean, I haven't, thought hasn't crossed my mind. Nobody's approached me with it, so there may be some game management something, but that's, I mean, I really have no idea. I haven't thought about it.
Thanks.
Next we go to Steve Moulton of WZZN.
Coach, hope you're doing well today.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
If you could talk to me a little bit about the cleanup from the Oregon game and just that process since Saturday for you, getting ready this week, Coach.
Yeah, we watched it Sunday. We evaluated it. We had a unique Monday because of Labor Day. Guys didn't have classes, so we were able to clean up things more, spend more time with the players on the game. Most Mondays you have to get going because of the new opponent, but we were able to put that game behind us and really clean some things up. And then, we try to work on areas of improvement this week that pertain to Sanford.
And the improvement, I just couldn't help but notice number 0, Washington, and what kind of development we've seen, at least his production on the field. How often do you see that on the practice field and his development in particular, Coach?
He works really hard. He's become a much better practice player as he's been here. His stamina has improved from his freshman year. He's done a good job managing his weight. Thought he was in the best shape he's ever been in right around spring practice starting last year when he actually had the foot injury that occurred that kept him out spring, and then he had to climb that hill again and over the summer and get ready and put himself in shape. And he's done a good job of that this off season to put himself in position to be able to play harder, longer, and that's important for him because when he plays harder, longer, he shows his talent.